Well, hello friends. Today we are going to work on the browser again. Are you surprised? So I figured that when you click on a link to an image, we would want that image to show up, right? Because right now we can only handle HTML content, but if you try to open an image, we'll just try to interpret that as HTML, and obviously things will fall apart. So we have to do something smarter for that. So let's do a little test page. I mean, we can actually do this on the welcome page. We'll just link to an image. Let's link to, oh, what do we have here even? We don't have any PNGs here. Res, icons. What's a cool icon? 32 by 32. Well, why don't we link to an icon that the most difficult thing in the world. I will choose the text editor icon. Okay. Important. TEPNG. Okay, whatever. And then welcome. Oh, already open. And we'll link to it. TEPNG. Okay. So if we click on this in Firefox here, obviously we get to a page with just the icon on it. So we want to have something similar happen. Let's see what we can do for that. So let's see what happens right now, actually. That's the first thing we should look at. So if you click on this, then things fall apart because we try to interpret it as UTF-8 and it's not UTF-8. So, and if we open the file manager, we can just verify that indeed we can decode this image and it's a valid PNG. So that's important to know. So I think what are we going to do for this? I guess if we are talking to a web server, then it will give us a MIME type that we can use. But when it comes to local files, we don't have that luxury. So we're going to have to go by the file extension. So let's see how loading works at the moment. So when we want to load a new URL, we call HTML view load. And we should be able to see that getting called here before things go wrong. HTML view load te.png, right? And then first byte does not make sense because it's PNG. So this is the part where we go wrong, right? So I guess we could do something like we could based on the file name here, we could do something different. URL path ends with, I mean, this is kind of cheesy, but let's do it this way, just for simplicity right now. Then this will be the HTML path, and this will be the PNG path. And then we still want to make a document, but we want the document to not be made from HTML, but we want to synthesize a document. So we're going to do a helper for that. Do make image or build image document, let's say. Create image document. Yeah, something like that. URL and data. I mean, same thing here really, but then we'll set document, the document. And, oh, actually, let's do things this way. Because maybe maybe these paths are a bit more similar than I originally expected. So yeah, so if it ends in PNG, then we will create an image document. Otherwise, we'll try to parse HTML. But here we'll assert document. Okay, so now we just need this guy. Create image document, takes data and URL. Let's see, document, create image document. Okay, and then what we're going to do here is we're going to build like a regular DOM document. Can we do create? No. Okay, I have to do it this way. I haven't created like these convenient constructor functions for the DOM yet, so I have to do adopt new. And oh shit, what do we pass to the document constructor? The URL and what? Oh, nothing. And we call set URL. Okay, that's fine too. So just new document and then document set URL. And then this here is our PNG file, the raw data. So we'll say bitmap is, I guess, graphics bitmap load from file data. We'll assert that it works out, and then we want to flesh out this document a little bit. So actually we can do that first. So let's say HTML element is element create. Oh wait, no. I don't have any of these things here. Let me include something that is going to help me. Element factory. Okay, create element. This should be easier. Can we just do that and HTML? Okay, head element, a body. Okay, and then document add pen child. HTML element and child head. Okay, and then we should probably also in the head we should put a title element just to be nice. Title element. Maybe in the title element we should put some text. So create. Oh no, what is that? A text node. We need to include. I don't have a helper for that one, so I need to include it. Text. New text. Document. And what should the thing be? We'll call it like. Maybe we'll call it the file name. Well, I know what we should call it. We should call it the name of the file and the size of the image. So we'll make that part of it. That'll be cool. So we'll do something like s and then dxd. So we'll say URL path. Well, we want just the base name, so I'm going to cheat and use a file system path object here to help me. Base name. Let me do that separately, actually. Let's say auto base name. Because I have this file system path class, which is just like a string manipulation helper class that knows how to like extract the base name from a path, like a slash based path. So it's not really specific to the file system. It works on any path. It's just for removing slashes, and it understands like dot slash type stuff. Anyways, so here we'll say base name characters, and we'll also say bitmap height. That'll be kind of cool. And then we gotta add it to the title element. Title text. Okay, and then in the body, we're finally gonna add an image element. And here we're gonna cheat a little bit. So instead of the source attribute, because if we set the source attribute, it will try to load something that we've already loaded. And that would be fine if we had like a cache, a network cache that would say like, oh, this URL, I have the image for that URL, here you go. But if we try to load it again, then we'll just do a double load. So we're gonna cheat a little bit now, but in the future, it should be using like a cacheable network request to just have this, just set the source attribute here and like be done with it. But right now we're gonna have to do something a little bit smarter. So we can actually do an HTML image element. Oh, maybe we can't do that actually, but we're gonna need to include it regardless. Image element, right. So when it comes to how we're going to show this, let's look at how image element works right now. So it has an image loader and a bitmap. And the image loader is created with the data. So we're gonna need some way to like prod this thing to inject data, basically. So how do we do that? Or actually, let me first do this without the data injection, because I feel like I'm going to go on make a really bad design there if I just do it right now. So let's instead just say set attribute source, and we'll set it to the URL to string. So this is kind of interesting. So now we will use the data to parse out an image, and we'll only use that to set the title, but then we will set the source attribute for the image element, causing it to load the image once again. But let's see if this works at all. No, that did not work. Assertion failed bitmap. Okay, so why did you not like that? Oh shit, yeah, load from file is not gonna work. I need load from memory, but there is no such thing, right? Yeah. So so let me just cut straight to the chase there and use the PNG decoder directly. Load from file is going to be load PNG from memory. There we go. So this is definitely awkward. And we got a seg fault. Why? So this part looks good. We're definitely setting the title that I would like. Trying to use freed memory here. And this is the lambda in load image. Okay. set attribute. Wait, the lambda and load image is using freed memory. So presumably we're here, and we do this. So we schedule a load, and then when we get called, then something is freed. But why is it freed? Image. Oh shit! I'm not adding the image element to the document. Append child. There we go. Okay, so this is now a custom document that we create on the fly, and it just has this one thing. Actually, I have this little thing that will let us dump out the DOM. So here we can see the DOM that I constructed programmatically. That's pretty cool. And we can also dump the layout tree. So we can see that it's very, very simple. It's just a block for HTML, block for body, and then an image inside of the body line boxes. So the image is actually a line box fragment, as you can see here. Pretty nice. Okay. So let's see how that works on the internet, actually. So if we go to serenityos.org and look at the, oh shit, we had a crash. I don't know why it crashed. Can we still see it? There's a null deref in TCP socket. Well, I'm not going to debug that right now, but that looks stupid. So these images on this page are actually linked. So let's pick a cool one, like my beautiful artwork here. Load it, and oh, check it out. It actually opened the thing. Man, that is pretty cool. So the margin at the top here is a little awkward, but that's definitely not because of the image document. It's probably just because of the way that we lay out things, because it's like, obviously it's a trivial DOM. So the layout tree says that, why is the image so far down? Layout image is at 8 and Y21, because the first line box is width 0. Oh, so there's an empty line box. I guess it inserts a line break before the image. Oh, maybe that's because, oh yeah, right, because the image is too wide to fit in the whole window, if we do that. So then it thinks, okay, I know how to make space. I'll just insert a line break before the image. And it doesn't help. So that's actually just a silliness there in the line breaking algorithm, that he thinks that he can make space by breaking the line, but it's already like at the start of a line, so it should be smart enough to not try to insert a break if you're already at the start of a line, because it's not going to do anything for you. So this makes me feel like I don't want to go and do that injection of the image into the image element, because that would just crap up the image element design. So let's instead let's try to commit what we have here, and then we can try to fix up the line breaking so that it doesn't insert a pointless line break before image. So what do we have here? It's just a simple image document. Maybe this should be a separate class. But right now it's so simple that it doesn't need to be. But obviously, this is not the final design, but it'll work for now. So it's pretty nice. So let's say, okay, oh no, not the welcome. Let's leave that alone. But let's see, lib HTML. Generate a simple allow loading of PNGs into directly. If we if you this patch when loading a URL that ends in .png, we now construct a simple document, little, not a space, simple document around to contain document to contain the image and show the dimensions in the title. I want to mention that it also shows the image dimensions, the window, and the document title. This currently causes, because we use imgsrc to load the image into the synthetic document, we end up loading the image resource twice. This issue will go away once this issue will go away once we have a smarter caching loader mechanism. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now let's look at that line breaking issue. So in layout, layout image is a layout replaced, and actually this was a video I did a while ago where we split one of these into lines, and here if the line box width plus the image width is greater than the container width, then that means that we have to add a line box. So we can just let's say if the line box width is greater than 0, does it have an empty thing? Well, if the width is greater than 0, because if the width of the line box is 0, then there's no point in breaking, because you're just going to end up at width 0 again. I think that's the fix. And that should remove the ugly space at the top. Yeah, there we go. So let's go to here and let me load up one of these cool images. The font editor. Oh, we crashed. Why did we crash? There's a lot of stuff to scroll through here. We are crashing in the load image lambda again. Suspicious. But I think that this is not related to what I was doing. It's just some flakiness in the networking code, which is not what we're working on today. Okay, now nothing is going to work suddenly. Now we have the TCP. Man, I need to actually sit and work on the networking code at some point, fix up some of these things. I just want to look at the font editor screenshot. Is that, it's too much to ask? But is this a real bug? I'm going to try one more time and see if it, because I'm kind of suspicious that it's just flakiness. But maybe it's actually something wrong. Yeah, okay, so maybe it's actually something wrong. Let's look at it. So, job did finish. Oh, I guess it's maybe it's the page is still loading, and then it's like we move to a new URL, like we open one of those images, but the old page is still there and it's still loading, and then it still invokes the callbacks. So let's look at image element. So we are here, and we set up this callback, but the image element is gone, basically, because we've moved on by the time the load finishes. So we should understand that we can't continue if the element is gone. So one easy way to deal with that is to just make element, just use a weak pointer to it. Currently there's no way to do that, but what if we just make these weakable? Maybe tree node could be weakable, that would be kind of cool. Or, yeah, I think that would be cool. Because tree node is the base class of all trees in the HTML. So we'll do something like that. And this will allow you to make weak pointers to it. And then here, we could do element, weak element is weak pointer. If weak element is gone, load completed after element deleted. Yeah, just like that. Okay, why don't you like me? Weakable frame is ambiguous. Why? Oh, frame is a tree node that also inherits from weakable. Well, we can just get rid of that. Because now all tree nodes are weakable. It's the magic of C++. And we also have layout node that inherits from tree node, and now everyone becomes weakable. So let's go here, here, and then let me click on one while we're still loading. Oop. And then what happens? Not terribly much. Okay, well, this is definitely an issue that is separate from what I wanted to do. So to avoid getting too to avoid recursing too deep here into the problem stack, I'm just gonna I'm just going to verify that the line breaking issue works. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to wait for the resources to complete, and then we're going to verify the line breaking fix. So we just watch here until it goes down to 0. This makes me realize that I want to have like a throbber. Like, remember the Netscape throbber, like this N that was animating up here? That's pretty cool. Okay, now let's click on something. And now it works, and indeed we are not unnecessarily breaking. Good. Good. Okay, so I remember being very excited about gradients back when I originally implemented gradients. Good times. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna keep that leakable change. So libhtml, make tree node inherit from leakable by default. Next node, layout node, and frame. Node and layout node. Leakable. Frame was already leakable. Okay. And then we have this change where if the element is gone, then we ignore the completed load. So you could see at least we were not crashing, but then we ran into some other problem there. So I'm not going to debug that right now because I want to stay on target here. So ignore completed Bruce image loads for destroyed img elements, imgs. Capture a weak pointer to the element and pass that to the load finish callback in HTML image element load image. So that allows us to ignore completed loads if the is no longer around. And maybe there's a different way that we should be doing this. Maybe we should keep the image element alive. I'm not actually sure, but it still is better than crashing right now. So what do we have left? This fix right here. Yeah. Okay, so git add. libhtml. Placed element should not insert line breaks at start of line. Break lines at start of line. If the current line box is already empty or 0 width. Zero width. There's no point in line breaking, inserting a line break to make space, since we'll just be at x0 after breaking as well. This removes an ugly, unnecessary line break before images wider than the viewport. Then their containing block. Okay. We'll put that here instead. Okay. So I think those are all the things that I'm gonna say are the material for today. So we've made this little image document that gets created around PNG files, and fixed a little bit of this and that, and it's pretty cool. So load faster. Amazing. This was the first thing that I saw after the after the first time I managed to boot Serenity into a GUI. It's pretty cool that we've come from this to what we have here. I guess that's closest thing would be the about box. So, hello friend. Alright, so I guess this is going to be it for today's video. So if you made it this far, then I thank you for watching and hanging out. And I guess I hope you saw something interesting, and I'll see you next time. Bye.